this video, we will explain how to use option signal in 3 minutes or less, excluding disclaimers. Before we start, let's get to those disclaimers. The results here are provided for general information purposes as a convenience to you, the viewers. The materials are not a substitute for obtaining professional advice from a qualified person, firm, or corporation. Even further, this is not a solicitation to buy or sell any security ever. This is not advice. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results, and you should read the characteristics and risks of standardized options available on the OCC website. Alright, let's get to option signal. For you early birds in the morning, this is what the option signal page will look like, tracking the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100. You'll notice on the right-hand side, it shows the chance of the option signal level by probability. In option signal, a 5 or a 1 is a trigger. 2, 3, or 4 are not triggers. Those are rest days. And believe me, as an option signal member, you're going to love the rest days too. While these probabilities are interesting and will move throughout the day, they are not in and of themselves triggers. Option signal is a trigger one time and one time only during the day, and that is at 3:45 p.m. Eastern, so 15 minutes before the regular trading day ends. We just remind you that the SPY and QQQ ETFs trade all the way through 4:15 p.m. Eastern. So there's a half an hour to trade them, should you choose to, if there's an option signal level. Okay, as this chart says, there will be an option signal by SPY price available at 3:40 p.m. Eastern. So we will transition from this view to the next view. At about 20 minutes before the close, that probability chart will turn into a very simple chart, which simply shows where the option signal will finally be at the end of the day by the SPY price. In this instance, the SPY is at 693.68, which is right here on this dotted line. Anything between 690 and 696 on this day would trigger a 1. You can see right here. If the SPY were to rally in the final few minutes, then it would actually jump to a 2. That is, if SPY jumped above 696 into the 697, 698 area. Remember, a 1 or a 5 is an option signal trigger. 2s, 3s, and 4s are not triggers. And then the final score is determined 10 minutes later. It will be very clear. It will read final option signal. At this point, this chart doesn't mean anything anymore. Once a final option signal has been determined for the day, that's it. It can never change. So in this case, SPY landed right here, well within the 1 range for the day. The final option signal is a 1. Alright, finally we'll fast forward to a day where the final option signal was a 5. We see it right here. We'll scroll down to the strategies, and you can see that the appropriate strategies are now green and shown active. That's an index long call spread, either in the S&P 500 or the Qs, or an index short put spread in the SPY or the Qs. There will be more strategies available in option signal coming soon, so while you're watching this video today, the present option signal may have more strategies. But let's see how this works. We've gotten our 5, we've got 30 minutes to trade, and let's say it's the index long call spread that interests us. We'll click on the strategy we like with the SPY. It will load in the backtest tab. We see 49 wins and 17 losses. The average trade is 32%. That's an average 32% win over 5 days. And then you say, well, which options is this using for today? You see that it is triggered. If you click Show Options, it's as simple as that. And this is how you use option signal. Thanks for watching.